What happens when you cross fish sticks, children's laxative, and perfume? Well, this week's podcast. This is Sports Curious, presented by Last Night's Game. I'm your host, Amy Butch-Siegfried, and this week we are talking about the most awkward athlete product endorsements. Now, this podcast was sort of inspired by Tom Brady. I'm sure he's probably had some awkward ones, but recently you may have seen that he's become the spokesperson for Subway. And as we all know, Tom Brady is this vegan athlete who doesn't eat bread, doesn't drink anything really bad for us. So the fact that he's out there stumping Subway was kind of an interesting thing. And that got me thinking about what other kinds of weird products have athletes promoted. And we have some doozies for you. We know that athletes, just like us, have to pay the bills, and they'll do some really random things to pay them. So with that, let's dive right in. So let's talk about David Beckham for Young's fish sticks. Nothing makes you want to fire up dinner faster than David Beckham's face on a side of a box of fish sticks. Beckham, who, as we know, modeled for Calvin Klein, on billboards and Adidas, well, he endorsed Young's fish sticks in 2010, complete with his picture on the side of the box. You can find him in the freezer section. Wilt Chamberlain's endorsement of a children's laxative was undoubtedly more uncomfortable than a stopped-up system. What's better, his mom was in the commercials too, and she talked about how when her son was feeling sluggish, Fletcher's Castoria for children made him feel like himself again. Next up, we have O.J. Simpson for Hertz rental car. And oh, the irony. The man who was part of this century's most notable police chase was the spokesperson for a rental car company. Granted, the partnership was during Simpson's football career and the high-speed chase was later, but still. Simpson graciously offered to be the spokesperson again for the company in 2020 after they filed for bankruptcy. Something tells me Hertz said, "Don't call us, we'll call you." Now let's talk about Brett Favre and Wrangler jeans. The partnership is not one you're likely to forget. Cowboy meets NFL quarterback. And nothing says let's play a game of football like a pair of jeans. The partnership became a little more awkward and a great target for Saturday Night Live after Favre got in trouble for sending lewd photos to women. And our last but certainly not least, Khloe Kardashian and Lamar Odom for Unbreakable Bond Perfume. A public breakup is tough when you're a celebrity, but what about when you're sharing a booming business like Unbreakable Bond Unisex Perfume? The perfume, which features images of the couple all over the packaging, wasn't exactly a bestseller like Kylie's lip kits, but it still is for sale if you want to find it. Check out our website at lastnightsgame.com. We have a link to Walmart where they currently sell it. However, you thought Unbreakable Bond wasn't good enough? Well, they came out with a second perfume made just in time for the holidays called Unbreakable Joy. That's the gift that keeps on giving. Well, that's it for this week. We hope you laughed as hard as we did when we were researching this podcast content, because there are some really other great ones out there, but these were our favorites. If you like the free content you receive every week, head on over to wherever you get your podcast and hit that subscribe button. That way you won't miss an episode of your favorite sports and pop culture content. Do you want to give your friends the gift that keeps on giving? Head on over to the Last Night's Game merch shop at lastnightsgame.com and click that shop header. There you'll find something for everyone on your holiday gift list, and you can use that promo code SPORTSCurious for your listener discount. And last but certainly not least, did you know on Instagram that we have daily conversation starters? These are great little nuggets of pop culture, sports, something really interesting that's happening that you can use at the water cooler or on your Zoom calls each and every work day. Head on over to Instagram and follow us at Last Night's Game for that daily conversation starter. And of course, if you want to follow life of an entrepreneur who is a little bit crazy, also has a crazy child, that would be me. You can do that in our stories, Last Night's Game on Instagram. Thanks for joining us this week. We'll see you here next week for another episode of Sports Curious. Stay safe, friends. Wash your hands.